Yo, what is up, everyone? Welcome to S&J Sports Talk. I'm here with my co-host, Stanley. How you doing, man?
We're back, man.
We back after a minute, bro. It's been a minute. It's been a long
Bro,
minute.
it's been 3 weeks, man. I was looking at the YouTube channel, and I was like, when was our last video? Our last video, we were talking about, like, Kyrie Irving, and we were talking about the Draymond Green situation. That's how long ago it's been, man. It's been a few weeks since we've been on here. Why have we not been on here so long, you ask? COVID.
Right.
COVID caught me. Did it catch you?
Nah.
You were
it
good?
It hadn't caught me since last year.
Y'all, I caught COVID for the first time ever. Like, I've tested. There's been many times I got sick, and I tested to make sure I was good. I caught COVID for the first time ever. This brother was
like
out, man. You saw me one day, man. I was at my family's house. I was lying down on the couch, man. I don't remember anything from the day. I was out. I was knocked out. I just remember I had cold sweats. I'm sitting there trying to I wasn't even drinking no tea or nothing, man. I was just like, I'm about to die. I was out.
You was out, bro.
But a brother's good. He's back and better than ever. And appreciating life again.
Better than ever, man. That's what's up, man.
Yeah.
Real quick, man, go follow us on S&J Sports Talk, every platform, man. Spotify. Just go find us at anchor.fm.
Make sure
S&J
you follow
Sports
us
Talk.
on Instagram.
S&J Sports Talk.
You gotta
TikTok,
follow us on
S&J Sports
Instagram.
Talk. We're getting a Twitter too.
You know I'm
soon,
bringing
too.
a Twitter page. Y'all, let's just say this real quick. December 1st of this year marked 1 year of S&J Sports Talk. Y'all give yourselves a hand, all of our subscribers. Jonathan, my brother, congratulations, 1 year. You want to let them know the story about how we started S&J, just for those of y'all who are new here?
The story behind how we started S&J, it was just, it was like one weekend, I was like, I was talking with my brothers, and I was like, yo, we talk about sports a lot, we might as well do a podcast or whatnot. Mm-hmm. And then he came over and was like, yo, I got the camera, let's just go right now. And I was thinking, like, a few weeks or so. He's like, no, let's go right now. And then we did it right now.
He said maybe in a couple of weeks or something like that. And I was like, nah, we going. I think I said the next day. Like, the next day, let's go ahead and start.
I still thought you was playing around.
And if you
I
look
came
at
home from school, he's like, camera set up and everything.
I was like, come on, let's go right now. And I had been trying to get, any of y'all, my brothers, to really get into a podcast, because I was like, you just got to start it, and then it just grows. And I think, after some months, Jonathan's like, I've been thinking about that idea. He was like, well, what do we call it? SJ. There we go. S&J Sports Talk. 1 year later, we got a good amount of subscribers, and we're still growing.
We near 30, so
we have a lot of followers
that
are
a lot of
growing,
views and everything.
And so what we're gonna do, our 1 year congratulations to all of the listeners and subscribers who've been supporting us, asking us questions on Instagram, hitting us up on all the social media sites. Next episode, this is why you got to follow our Instagram page. Next episode, we are going to have a live call-in while we are actually doing an episode. I think our next episode, we're going to do an NBA review.
Yeah, but you could still talk about anything, any sport, basketball,
yeah, you
football,
can call in
and
ask about any questions. You might even be able to ask about the host if it's not too personal.
Yep. Hey, you can ask pretty much any question you want.
Right.
Even if it's controversial things over the NBA and NFL, we don't
shy away from the controversy.
Yeah, man.
We don't get paid the big bucks.
Hey,
so they can't take it away.
And if you disagree with us, now's your time to call in. Like, just call in.
And so what we'll do, make sure you follow our Instagram, S&J Sports Talk. We will post to the story. The number, the call-in number, and we will also post to the story when to call in, when we are going live. And during that time, you can call in at any time, ask your question. So make sure you go follow us, S&J Sports Talk, on Instagram. That is our
S&J Sports
1 year anniversary thank you gift to all the listeners. And we hope to bring the call-ins more often to the show as well. I look forward to hearing from some of y'all. Y'all be messaging us on the DMs and everything.
Instagram.
And we have some funny messages that we get on the YouTube comments. We have some funny ones as well. But this is your chance to actually be a part of the show. We appreciate y'all. 1 year, man, we made it. The last couple of weeks of the year tried to take me out though. I was trying to get to that 1 year. And you know what else we have? We have a blooper video for y'all that will be coming out. I'm gonna try to get that done If not the end of this week, definitely next week. We're gonna get that done and get that blooper video out. We got some funny bloopers from over the episodes, man.
We're gonna be bringing on a lot more guests also, and we're also gonna be putting in some more artwork back here for y'all.
Yeah, we're gonna be doing a lot of stuff.
What
we're gonna be doing this episode right here? What are we gonna be talking about this episode? What's going on in the sports world, my brother? Man, we have y'all know I've been talking about the Kaepernick curse for a long time, y'all. And we're gonna get into some other stuff later on, talk a little basketball talk or whatnot. A little bit about Deion Sanders as well. That's a hot topic going on right now. Shout out to Deion Sanders. But we got to talk about the Kaepernick curse. I've been telling y'all the Kaepernick curse is a real thing. People wanted to debate me, talk about it. I just sit back and watch now, man. What happened to the 49ers this week, man?
Hey, they got the Kaepernick curse still in them.
Kaepernick curse is happening. So
it's happening, bro.
I wasn't aware that a quarterback got injured at the start of the season for the 49ers.
Yeah, bro. So Trey Lance was starting. It was like
it
was the second game he's playing in Seattle, and then he gets hurt. It was like his leg or something, and then Jimmy G comes in. He's been doing his thing for like 10 weeks or whatnot.
Why was Jimmy G the backup quarterback?
They were giving Trey Lance a chance. They were giving Lance a chance. They were rolling with Trey Lance.
They were giving Lance a chance.
Yeah.
And it didn't work.
And
then they gave Jimmy G.
Mm-hmm. And then they got Christian McCaffrey like a month ago.
Oh, everybody was talking. Oh, we Super Bowl now. Christian McCaffrey, we Super Bowl now. All of that. And then piece of news came out. Nothing that we're happy about. Nothing that we celebrate.
Oh, yeah. We never wish.
But we know what's happening. We're not confused on what's happening. I'm not confused. I shouldn't say we. I can't speak for you, brother.
Hey, I'm not confused either, bro. They still have the Kaepernick curse. But let me ask you this, bro.
You can see it. You can see it. There's no way.
Hey, I gotta admit, you know what I'm saying? I gotta be real on here, bro. When you first said the Kaepernick curse, I was like, bro, what? I was like, you know what I'm saying?
He's like, what are you talking about?
But, so, here's the question, bro. What do the 49ers have to do to get rid of the Colin Kaepernick curse?
And let me say why I say it's the curse. The last time the 49ers won a Super Bowl, we're talking about back in the Jerry Rice days. We're talking like 95, 96. I think it was like, I was young, man. It was like the 95 season. The next time they went to the Super Bowl was when Colin Kaepernick took them to the Super Bowl. Mm-hmm. Remember, it was the time they played the Baltimore Ravens. It was Ray Lewis. It was
the lights went out and everything.
Yeah, and the lights went out at halftime. The 49ers were winning the game. The lights went out at halftime. Something strange happened, and next thing you know, Baltimore Ravens win the Super Bowl. Ray Lewis took home his first Super Bowl ever, and so it was questionable. That was the first time since they won the Super Bowl that the 49ers went back. So when Kaepernick took his knee and he was protesting police brutality, that's what he kept saying. He kept saying police brutality, which all of us know exists in this country. There's not a adult-minded person that does not think that police brutality exists. Some of us think it's not as big of a problem as others. Some of us never have it happen to us, but we know it exists. He was protesting that, and then they started talking about he's not good enough to play in the NFL. They lied on that man's name. Regardless if they disagreed or agreed with the protest, they just did the man wrong. Curses are real, y'all. Curses are real.
They did him dirty, huh?
And curses are real. And when you do wrong, that karma comes back to you. Now, the 49ers had a good, solid team, right?
Alicia Keys got a song called Karma, bro.
Alicia Keys got a song called Karma. A great song called Karma. Yeah. What goes around comes around. Yep. What goes up must come down. And they were talking about that brother wasn't good enough. I was like, he wasn't good enough, but they was giving him Nike contracts. He was on all the Nike commercials. He took y'all to the Super Bowl for the first time since whenever. Mm-hmm. And then he's not good enough because of the protest that was happening and all of that type of stuff. So just knowing what I know and thinking what I think, I said, hey, it's a curse on them now. Like they had a chance, an opportunity to stand with their quarterback who had done good by them, take them to the Super Bowl. They didn't win the Super Bowl. It's okay, but he took them there, got them back on the map. Before that, I remember growing up, the 49ers were one of the worst teams in the league a lot of years.
Yeah.
He really put them back on the map. And they were talking about, hey, he's a quarterback who can throw and he can run. He, tall, athletic, all of these things. So the way they did him, I said there was a Kaepernick curse. You can go back few months ago, and we talked about it at the start of the season. The Kaepernick curse. There's an episode on there. This will be the Kaepernick curse part 2 because it continues. Jonathan asked a great question. What must they do? The ultimate age-old question. What must I do? And I don't know. They're going to have to figure that out because only they know how wrong they did him. What they can't do nothing this season. This season's
over.
They might have a 7-year curse. It might be a 14. I don't know, but curses are real.
I don't know.
How did they make it right?
Don't ask me, man. I don't know.
They gotta apologize to the man. I don't think that'll make it right.
I mean,
can he play in the NFL anymore? I mean, this was years ago now. He's out of shape now.
Yeah, he's probably out of shape and all that.
You know?
I mean, he's still living good, but
yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
So Jimmy G, he got hurt in the game.
He got hurt in the game. It was a foot injury yesterday, and I mean, it was tough. Like I don't wish no injuries on nobody.
Yeah, we definitely don't.
It is what it is.
I don't wish an injury on Jimmy G at all. I want him to get real. I want the first quarterback, Lance Chance. I want him to have
Trey Lance.
I want him to get better as well. I feel bad for him, but I don't want to. You don't step in no position that's cursed, man. I knew when they brought him in. I was like, I wouldn't even want that position. And that reminds me of the whole Kyrie Irving situation and Nike dropping Kyrie Irving.
Mm-hmm.
That's news that just came out today. We'll get to that later on in the show. Whoever they're about to replace him with, I'm like, do I really want that position? Y'all just did him like that. Do I want that position? These are the questions These are the questions. So, yeah, go back and watch that video, the Kaepernick curse. A lot of people had issues with that. But now we're starting to see. And the fact that these issues happen at the quarterback position, it's like screaming out that this is a curse from a quarterback of the past.
Mm-hmm.
Or possibly his ancestors bringing justice to the situation where there was injustice done. But they were acting like this man was unjust because he took a knee to protest police brutality. Y'all listen to me. The NFL is a game. That's all it is. It's a game. People losing their lives over police brutality, white supremacy, systematic white supremacy, that's real life. That's something that's very real. A game, these grown men who play the game, they can't even play it all their lives. They can only play it for like 10 years. NFL players, I think, average like, 8 years maybe?
It depends what position you play, yeah. But
depending on what position.
Typically, it's around 10 to 15 years.
Everybody don't beat Tom Brady. Yeah. Tom Brady's blessed. We just watched Tom Brady tonight. That brother Tom Brady.
He's blessed, man.
Man, he did it again.
He did.
He did it with 3 seconds left on the clock.
Brother,
he did it after they flagged him and took away his first touchdown. He said, okay, come on, y'all. Again, encore.
To score 3 seconds.
Do another one. And his team trusts him. His team wasn't even tripping. This man's old as Methuselah, and he's still schooling the NFL and winning at the last second. You got to love watching Tom Brady play. I know a lot of people say he was a cheater. I know a lot of people put marks on his name. You can't take away from the talent and the skill and the calmness and the pressure of the moment that this man has had. It's amazing.
And he's always calm in the storm, you know what I'm saying?
Always calm in the storm. So, yeah, everybody's not Tom Brady. Everybody doesn't last that long. Football's a game. It's a game. What he was protesting was an honorable thing. A lot of people, I think Nike stood by him that time. Signed him.
Everyone was standing by him, and then you know, once the NFL was like, "Yo, we don't want him," because it was kneeling for the flag. That was the first thing, and then other things happened.
Hey, they banned that man from the NFL, but we got our man Jerry Jones. Now, I didn't need no picture from Jerry Jones. I didn't need no picture from Jerry Jones to know what this man was on. Texas was one of the top. What was Texas? Texas was one of the top slave states in the. I think they said 1 out of every 4 white families had slaves in Texas. And this man owns the Dallas Cowboys. This man didn't want them taking a knee with Kaepernick. He took a knee with them one time. He said, that's it. If y'all do it again, y'all are suspended. So this man, I didn't need to see that picture of him standing in the way of some children trying to get to education. The ultimate white supremacy, keeping people from getting education. The ultimate white supremacy. And Are they even
You know
talking
what?
about that? Or
You know
what's
what
going
though?
on?
I'll tell you about that
There's no kicking
situation.
him off the ownership team.
I'll tell you what the situation. LeBron brought up a very good point. By the way, the media's never answered LeBron James' question. By the way,
There's no answer for it, huh?
They never answered his question. By the way, but nowadays and how the world works, right? It's like, yo, why isn't Jerry Jones canceled? Right? Why isn't he, taking
can't
back
cancel
from
a billionaire? You can't. That don't work. The cancel culture don't work for billionaires.
Yeah, it don't work
for billionaires.
It don't work for them, right? But he brought up a very good point. But then again, it's like, yo, that picture's like what, 66 years ago. I mean, people
are still living who suffered from it.
True, but I mean, you can always change. You can always change your 66
He can change while being off the NFL. Because these teams, man, they act like they're so big on social justice and they're supporting all these things.
Yeah.
And they have the biggest injustice people within the system. Who was the guy who came out and said, "Hey, if y'all try to take me down, I'm spilling all the dirt on all of y'all"? What owner was that? Was it
Washington Commanders?
Washington Commanders.
Yeah.
Now they're not a relevant team this year, are they? Washington Commanders. They're not really too relevant in their records, but he was talking about he's got dirt on everybody. He pretty much said all of them are racist. I can spill beans on everybody. He said, but I'm not, as long as y'all don't spill the beans on me. That's what he's saying. So you got to read between the lines on these things, y'all. But we're not here to talk about all that, are we, Jonathan? Yeah. But that did happen with Jerry Jones. The Phoenix Suns owner, has he sold the team? Has he got out of there yet?
Nah, man.
They need to hurry it up, man. They need to expedite these processes of getting these people out of here.
You know what they did was they brought up the Ime Udoka situation, you know what I'm saying?
They brought up Ime Udoka.
Still
and
making
Boston's still killing. Boston's 20-5 right now,
Hey,
man.
they're not doing nothing this year, though.
Man.
I put a curse on Boston, too.
You put a curse on Boston? Man, we're going to see what happens.
No, listen, the way they handled that situation, bro, it's unforgettable. It's unforgivable, too.
This man's suspended for a year. The team's still doing
If I'm Ime Udoka, I'm quitting the organization. I'm not even coming back to coach. Even if they give him the option, I'm not even coming back.
Man.
They got him suspended for a year, and then he's not able to sign with no other teams. He's still on contract with them. So it's like, just release the man, bro.
Let that man go, huh?
They're already talking about the interim head coach becoming the head coach next season anyway. So it's like, come on, man.
Man, then you see what they was doing to Kyrie Irving, man. Is Brooklyn Nets gonna get a curse?
Nah, because Kyrie still won. He won the situation.
Kyrie won the situation, you think? Now Nike just dropped him. What do you think about that? They just dropped him out of. I guess they suspended him first.
Yeah, so they suspended him.
They had dropped him in party times.
It's tough. I mean, they already suspended him. I mean, all this stuff is kind of fading away, right? I mean, I'll say this, bro. Kyrie, he's not losing Nike any money. I mean, people are still gonna buy his shoes and whatnot. So I mean, it's kind of dumb. It's a dumb move for Nike, but they just gotta do something, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But
people feel like they have to do something. That's really what happens.
But I mean, if this is what I say for NBA or NFL players, like, you gotta leverage yourself in a position where it's like, all right, even if they like something does happen, you still getting your money. You know what I'm saying? Now it's like Kyrie's not getting his money no more, right? Mm-hmm. And that's what they were saying with LeBron James. He's getting $1 billion from Nike over his lifetime, but they're making like $40 billion a year, right? So he should have been like, all right, give me $1 billion a year. He's like their biggest marketing guy for Nike.
Yeah.
But he didn't say that, and it's like, all right.
Yeah, everybody's got to negotiate. Everybody's got to negotiate their business deal.
And I
hope Kyrie Irving's freer, man. I hope he's more free, because I wonder sometimes, man, when these people, some of these celebrities, man, they make a lot of money, and I think it's a good life, you know. They enjoy life. It's pleasurable. They're able to have a lot of access to stuff. But it's like, if you say something that makes someone uncomfortable, you can lose it all at any moment.
That's a whole different story. Yeah.
I wonder, is it better to live that way, or to live where you're free to have your mind, speak your thoughts, and influence through your words and actions, but you don't have all the millions? I just wonder sometimes, which one's better?
Hey,
I know for me, I want to have a free mind.
Why not have both?
I don't want to have a muzzle over my mouth because I might lose all the millions and all of that type of stuff. Man, give me a little job at Amazon or Uber, and let me be able to say what I need to say to the people I need to say it to. That's how I feel about it, honestly.
Hey,
but everybody,
why not have both? Why not have the millions and be able?
Why not have the millions and be able to speak your mind? And that's when it comes to working together as a community and as a group. So, getting back to football. Getting back to football. Did you watch the Kansas City Chiefs yesterday? I heard Mahomes and Burrow were going at it. I didn't watch the game. Did you
I
see
caught
it?
the highlights. It was just another game.
Just another game? Man. Man. How about let's see, who else?
Let's go into Monday Night Football.
The Monday Night Football game?
Yeah, so
it was a good game.
I mean, oh wait, we already covered that.
Yeah, it was a good game with Brady.
It was a good game, bro. I say the Buccaneers, bro. They've been in these situations too many times this season, though. They're 6-6 right now. I don't like how they're still number one seed in their division right now, but they've been in this situation way too many times. They're down the whole game, and they're relying on Tom Brady. Mm-hmm. I mean, you keep doing that the whole season, you're gonna lose some games, and you if you want to play that way the whole playoffs, you're gonna lose some games. So, I mean, they're still like, yeah, they got the win tonight, but they're still not looking good. It's their team's looking terrible right now.
Looking terrible, huh?
Yeah.
Man, what's going on with your Seattle Seahawks? I got a chance to watch them play. What was that, last week? I watched them play. Geno Smith was doing his thing. They lost the game.
Bro.
They had the call with DK Metcalf.
You know, bro.
And they took
not
away
even
his
talk
call.
about that. We gonna focus on this week, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
We got the W.
Okay, yeah, they lost to the Raiders that week. I didn't even see it this week. I saw none of the football games this weekend, man. I don't have much to say about the NFL this week. And the only one I saw was the Monday Night Football. So what game did you see any of the games?
So yeah, the Seahawks. It was a good game. We our defense is looking all right, man. But our offense is actually looking really nice. Like
Geno's in the flow.
Kenneth Walker got hurt though during the game, a little foot injury, but he should be back this week against the Panthers. But yeah, we're looking like a average team that's like either like through the next month we're gonna figure things out or like we're gonna stay around the same. But I mean, we're definitely I think there's playoffs hopes or whatnot for the organization. We're looking good. Geno's been doing his thing this year, man.
That's good, man.
Russell Wilson, bro.
Woo, it's been looking tough. They talking about he got more bedrooms than he got touchdowns this season. I was looking at stuff. I said, is that true? Does he not have at least 10? Does he not have at least 10 touchdown passes this year? That's tough, man. To go.
He his
on?
wife Sierra threw a party for him. Only half the team showed up.
Birthday party. That's good. If
half the team? Nah, that's terrible, bro. That's terrible. What are you talking about?
Half the team showed up.
Bro, half the team.
You can look at that either way.
Bro, if half the team.
You can focus on either one.
Bro, if you
half the team was busy.
If you're the quarterback of your team and you invite the team to a party and only half of them show up, you gonna be happy with that?
Yeah.
And there's bad locker room vibes.
I wouldn't mind.
And there's bad locker room vibes.
They're losing.
Mind you, they're arguing on the sidelines.
Some people are like, we shouldn't be having a big birthday party right now when we're losing this bad. Yeah, so I can understand. Yeah. The half that showed up, I think that's good. It could have been nobody showed up. That would have been bad. That would have been like, you got to move on from this quarterback.
I'm talking about the quarterback of the team. If that's like a cornerback or something.
I understand.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand. But it's a struggle season.
Listen, let me ask you this. If Patrick Mahomes threw a party, if his wife threw him a birthday party during the season, right? Let's say, even if they were losing and only half the team shows up, are you gonna think that's good or bad?
If it's Mahomes, you getting kicked off the team. You don't show up to his birthday party. If it's Mahomes, that man's a $500 million man. It's mandatory team meeting. That's a mandatory team event.
Right.
That's team bonding right there. What are you doing not showing up?
Right.
That's true.
Exactly.
I understand your point. And Mahomes is winning. I hope Russell Wilson bounces back. I don't know.
If it'll be. Yeah.
Is he looking like he's aging, or is it the system that he's playing in? That's what I'm trying to understand.
It's a bit of both, right? So as you age, you got to be smarter with football, right?
He can't run as much.
And he's with a terrible coaching staff, bro.
Oh, I knew that from the first game. I watched him. He's a rookie, right? Isn't the coach a rookie?
Yeah, it's the coach. The whole coaching staff's first year. The defensive coordinator, the offensive coordinator, the head coach is all their first years, so they don't know what they're doing, bro. Nathaniel Hackett, bro, is out here hiring someone to make game time decisions, bro. What are you a head coach for? What are you a head coach for if you're hiring someone to make game time decisions for you?
He's hiring someone with more experience.
And then, nah, bro. And then, so Russell Wilson, I honestly say, first off, Denver, they don't really have any superstars, right? So he's coming from DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett,
right?
2 stars, 2 superstars. You could say
a great head coach outside that
a
Super
great
Bowl
head
call.
coach,
Outside
Pete
that Super
Carroll,
Bowl call,
a great head coach. They had some Seattle. We didn't really have the best defense, but I mean,
they used to. They used to have.
But the last few years we didn't have the best defense. But
used to have that
it was more of like he was going into a lower class offense, right? Okay. So, and I think Russ was kind of thinking, hey, he's still gonna be able to pass it as much as he did with Metcalf and Lockett. It's like you don't have those players no more. You got the low level receivers now. Tough. And so, with that being said, then you throw on top of that a bad coaching staff who doesn't know what they're doing. I watched the highlights for that game his games. They're not playing him right at all. They're trying to play him like within the time. Like you gotta just let Russ be free. You know what I'm saying? So I'll tell you, Denver's organization made Russ look bad. It's the coaching staff, bro.
I think if you're a great player, and I think there's no reason to be throwing all them interceptions and throwing and not getting touchdowns.
Right.
I think if you're a great, like how Tom Brady, he has some wide receivers over there in Tampa Bay, but we've seen Tom Brady play with not a lot of wide receivers in New England, like no star wide receivers, and still make efficiency.
So yeah,
you feel what I'm saying? Now, he did have the coach and everything. I just feel Russell Wilson.
But that's because of the coach, though. You know what I'm saying? The coach is supposed to be able to.
The whole team was organization.
Let me tell you, the coach is supposed to be able to identify Russell Wilson's problems and be able to help him out.
You're right.
Nathaniel Hackett, if he can't even make a game time decision within 2 minutes, he's not going to be able to do that.
You're right about that.
Like he doesn't know what he's doing. So I mean, I don't even know how Russell Wilson's future is going to play out now, but this season definitely was hurting his legacy. Like I think he's got to try to win out.
Yeah, I hope he can bounce back from it. I hope he really can bounce back, man. What's that conversation after he shows up? People don't show up to his birthday party, and he sees them at the next practice. It's like, hey, what'd you do this weekend? And they're like, oh, I just was chilling at the house. Oh, you just decided not to show up to my birthday party.
Nah, I think part of it though, Russell Wilson understands. He's been there for a minute. You know, he's been in the league for a minute, so
he's been around the block. He's been around the block.
I love Russ. He's my favorite player in the NFL.
But this is his first time going to a different team, right?
Yeah.
So that's always a change, man. You never know how that stuff goes.
The chemistry and all that.
But let's move on a little bit. Look, another piece of news that's been happening recently. Jackson State, they were not known outside of black people who know the HBCUs. As far as a football program, they were not known. Deion Sanders went there, and the moment Deion Sanders went there, I started hearing about him all the time. And I've known people who've gone to Jackson State. So I'm nothing against Jackson State as a college, but Deion Sanders made their football team hot. Their football team was on ESPN more than any HBCU I know. I don't know. They were past Howard and Hampton, which are the top HBCUs as far as academia and as far as popularity. Jackson State has been in the news almost every day. I'm getting YouTube alerts, ESPN alerts, Deion Sanders this. They had an undefeated season this year. And the man got offered a coaching job at Colorado, Pac-12, and he decided to take it. Now I'm hearing he's catching a lot of heat. What are your thoughts on Deion Sanders, Jonathan?
Hey, I was...
what do you think about the situation?
Our analyst we're bringing in a few minutes, he brought a very good point. He said, as a coach, you get demoted or promoted, right? Get promoted or demoted, right? So,
good point.
I mean, I wish the best for him, man. I mean, it's HBCU, bro. People are already saying... There's already a lot of people on ESPN looking back. They're saying he wasn't qualified for the job or whatnot. And I mean, there's always going to be haters, right? But yeah. I mean,
they were talking about he wasn't going to do good there,
right? They were saying he wasn't going to do good, but
he did
with the college, it's like he's moving up, right? It's not like he's in the NFL. He had an undefeated season and then he went and coached another team. It was like, yo. And then, I mean, his stuff got robbed, so I'd be gone too, bro.
Yeah, I heard something about the robbery. I haven't looked into that part. I hope that's not true. I hope they didn't rob him.
But I think it's a smart move for him. You know what I'm saying? Go up and rank. You know, it's probably his dream. He wants to coach, so let him coach. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Don't be hating on him, man.
And be thankful, man. Like you got to be thankful when somebody comes. Like I said, nobody knew Jackson State. They got more publicity in the last couple years. Be thankful that man came there. They should be throwing thank you parties to Deion Sanders right now. Farewell parties. We wish you well. Anytime you want to come back, we here. We actually want you to be on the board or something. They should be throwing thank you parties to this man. Deion Sanders was one of the greatest athletes ever. One of the greatest athletes. This man, I've said this before on S&J, he scored a touchdown in an NFL game, and the next day, on Monday, he hit a home run in a Major League Baseball game. He played on Major League Baseball and NFL at the same time. I'm not talking about Michael Jordan, where he was great at basketball and then he was okay with baseball. He could have went and just played baseball. And then on the NFL field, if you listen to the greats like Jerry Rice, for example, who played for the 49ers, people consider him one of the greatest wide receivers. He said the one person who would always lock him up was Deion Sanders. Deion Sanders was a great defensive player. This is one of the greatest athletes. Then he moved into coaching. He's showing that he's a pretty good coach. Who listening would not take a promotion that's paying more? You're going to be respected more. At your job, you don't want to be stressed out. I quit any job I'm stressed at. Not. I shouldn't say that. You got to push through some situations. Yeah. But if you're not in a happy environment and people aren't appreciating you, you're quicker to leave the situation. And it sounds like he wasn't being appreciated really like he should have, based on the fact that he's leaving and everyone's taking shots at him. So I say shout out to Deion Sanders. He's handling his situation. Even the other coaches in the HBCU league were going against him. Remember when he tried to shake the guy's hand and he wouldn't shake his hand? Yeah. Like, that man wouldn't have that. That shouldn't have happened. You should show respect to this man who's publicizing all these other schools, getting ESPN games and all this stuff.
They always gonna hate on greatness, you know what I'm saying?
They gonna hate on greatness, huh? So, man.
But I mean, you probably signed the coach. Like, you should know, bro. A coach like that, bro, they're probably looking to get moved up in rank. Like, you're not the top college. You're not in the top colleges in the league right now. So I mean, he's probably looking to get promoted in rank. So him getting the team undefeated, that's good for your college. Let him move on and go get another coach.
Great for your college. He did his thing. It's wonderful, man. It's a promotion. Let him take that promotion. And really, honestly, in Deion Sanders' story, Jackson State will always be a part of that story. They'll always be a part of that story. When he started his coaching career, started right here. That's where he got started, and he comes up from there. They're going to be in all the documentaries and everything, and they're either going to be in the documentaries in the future being talked about how mad they were when he left, or they're going to be talking about how appreciative they were the time they had.
I mean, to go undefeated in college is not easy, bro. Like, and it's not easy to coach that, too.
You're talking about, like...
Because college is way different than NFL, bro. It's like, if you get 1 or 2 losses, man, it's like,
a wrap,
it's a wrap. Season wrap.
Yeah. And so, most people, they didn't even know where Jackson State was at. They're like, what team
I didn't even hear of them until Deion Sanders with them.
Right, so. Yeah. It's a HBCU doing its thing, but... We wish Deion Sanders the best, and we wish Jackson State the best. Shout out to all the HBCUs. A lot of them are getting more attention from the NBA and from the NFL. That's a wonderful thing, wonderful environments. That's great.
Right.
That's great. And, we, as I said, we are at 1 year. We're trying to expand S&J Sports Talk. We're trying to take this thing to another level. And one of the things we are adding on this episode is we are bringing in a college football analyst. A college football analyst who is an assistant high school football coach right now, a former football player for most of his life. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together, bring it in all the way from Roseville High School, my brother, Jeremiah.
Welcome, I'm Jeremiah Winters, and I'm going to be doing a quick rundown of the college football playoffs and just some stuff that happened over the weekend. So, you guys know the big controversy was, should Alabama make it to the college football playoffs, right? Already, college football playoffs is only four spots, right? Which I already think is all screwed up and all of that. So, with the 4 spots being, college football kind of makes it, no team has ever made the college football playoffs with 2 losses, right? Alabama had 2 losses this year. They had that loss to Tennessee, then they lost to LSU, right? Those 2 losses kind of just put them out of the playoff conversation. We had a team like TCU. TCU was undefeated all the way until the last week of the season, right? And they lost that overtime game to K-State. So this is my take on the college football playoffs, and this is my take on if Alabama should be included in the college football playoffs or not. So obviously Georgia and Michigan, right, were 2 top dogs, right? Georgia, Michigan were 13-0. They were both undefeated. So they should get in the college football playoffs just based off the record. And then we had USC, which would have been in the college football playoffs if they didn't lose to Utah on Friday. And that's their second loss to Utah this year. They were out. Their defense was atrocious. It's one of the worst defensive performances that I've ever, seen watching football. So, TCU and Ohio State got in the college football playoffs, and this is kind of my take on it, right? TCU plays a weaker schedule than Alabama, and that's just the way it is, right? TCU plays a weaker schedule than Alabama. Ohio State, they've only had one loss, right? But when you look at that loss, they lost to Michigan at home. They got violated in that loss, right? That shouldn't have happened. And I don't think a playoff team loses that fashion at home. It's late in the season, right? And the thing I want to touch on is people say, well, Alabama, they only had that 1-point win to Texas, but that was week 2. And it's very hard to judge a team in week 1, week 2 of the season, right? It's just hard. You can't judge a team week 10 like you can week 2 of the season, week 1 of the season, right? TCU played Texas week 10, and it was 17-10 games. So that kind of tells you, well, how good is TCU? And Bama, another thing, say, well, if you put Alabama against TCU or Ohio State, who's going to be favored in those games, right? And this is something Nick Saban was saying, and something I really agree with. Who's going to be favored in those games? And if your goal is to put the best 4 college football teams in there, if Alabama's going to be favored in those games, Alabama is a better football team than TCU. They're a better football team than Ohio State. Therefore, it makes them, one of the best teams to get in the college football playoffs. Now, I'm excited. We know that the College Football Playoff Committee has decided to expand the playoffs to 12 football teams in the coming years. It'll happen, I think, 2024 will be the first time it'll happen. So next year will be the same go around, and I think the year after that it'll change, and which will be good because you'll get to see teams. Clemson will be in there, which they're usually in there. Penn State, BYU, USC, all those teams will be able to get in. There will be more teams to be able to get into the college football playoffs. So I think that's good. I think Alabama definitely got screwed to be in there. I think you'll see what TCU and Michigan play in round 1 of the playoffs. I think that Michigan is going to run over TCU. I don't think TCU belongs in the play. Like I said, they've had a weak schedule. And you look at Alabama losses on the road, Tennessee, in a field goal game. It was 49-52. I mean, it's high-scoring games on the road. And they lost to LSU. We were actually in Louisiana. Me and Jonathan, we were in Louisiana when that game happened. And watching that game, it was, LSU went for it on the 2-point conversion in overtime. If Alabama gets that stop, they win the game. They had 1 loss on the season. They're in the college football playoffs. And I just don't think it's hard in college football to put it on your record. Some guys like the record, some guys like the eye test. But if you're doing it based off of the top 4 teams, it's Georgia, Michigan, Ohio State, and Alabama. So that's why I say Ohio State, TCU can do either which way you want.
All right, we appreciate that from our football analyst Jeremiah. That was informative, wasn't it?
It was.
Man, we got some stuff happening in college football. Yeah, that was real informative. We appreciate
some stuff
that.
to look forward to.
Yeah, we're gonna have to definitely check out that game with Michigan and TCU and see how that game turns out. Man, going over to the NBA, which we're not going to touch too much on in this episode, but we do have a couple of things we got to at least touch on. Our Sacramento Kings, our hometown.
We doing
team.
it, bro. We doing it.
We can't jinx them.
Hey,
we can't jinx them.
We are though. We
got to knock on wood. We got to cross our fingers. We can't jinx them. They're 4 games above 500. I know to a lot of y'all that don't sound like nothing. To a lot of y'all only count championships. I understand, Lakers fans. This is big for Sacramento. Sacramento, the whole city is feeling the vibe right now. They're feeling like this is the year.
The fans are actually going to the games.
We return. I'm getting emails from the Sacramento Kings. I didn't know I was on the Sacramento Kings fan list. I'm getting emails from the Sacramento Kings talking about buy your season tickets. We got discounts. The prices are going up in some things. They're saying if you buy in bulk, you can get a discount. They're realizing that these Kings are actually a serious team.
Right.
And they're actually going to the games again.
Right. So I told everyone this, before the season, because a lot of people were like underestimating Mike Brown. They were like, "Oh, the Kings, we didn't make any moves in the drafts, whatnot." Keegan Murray is nice, bro. I was watching that dude Sunday
nice.
against the
rookie
Chicago,
nice.
bro. That dude just did a full on block, just standing like that. Whatnot. He's nice, bro. But I was telling people, bro, Mike Brown, bro, he's got championships under his resume, bro. In his resume, bro, under Steve Kerr, bro. People are like, "Oh, he was the assistant." Like, yo, he was still there, bro. He still helped with the calls for offense, defense.
Right.
And he learned a lot from Steve Kerr.
Right.
So I was like, yo, he's going to bring that championship culture over. He's trying to bring that.
Changing the culture.
He's trying to change the culture over here in Sacramento Kings. And honestly, bro, I think he whatever he's doing is working, right? It's like, you can feel it when the Kings play. Like, it's like, all right. He's still kind of letting them do their thing while they're, young or whatnot.
Yeah,
but it's like
he's coaching them,
the way he coaches, like so smooth. He's like, all right, we still got this. Like I know we've been through.
You don't see him going out of control, yelling. You see the way the players come over and talk to him. It's like they're asking him, Coach Mike, like, is this the way it should go? Like, they're not arguing with him. They're actually respecting him. This man got championships. If y'all want to get better, y'all need a coach.
Yeah,
like this
I mean
man
the team even like the way they play, bro, compared to last year, bro. It was like it's like they actually have something to play for.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
And you can tell even in the losses, they believe in themselves. They're like, we're a great team. They're still trying to figure out how great they are. They had 6 or 7 game win streak, and then they lost to Atlanta. They lost to Boston, but
we are on a 3-game losing streak. Yeah,
and then they went on a 3-game losing streak. And now they're on a 3-game win streak. Yeah. So they believe even in the losses. Even I was like, how are they going to bounce back? I knew they were going to lose from that losing streak at some point, but how are they going to bounce back? And they bounced back. And when you watch them play, that you could tell that they enjoy playing with each other. My man Kevin Huerter, my man Sabonis. Yeah. Those guys are playing. My man Mitchell can play defense. And, of course, you got De'Aaron Fox, who is the leader of the team. Yeah. The point guard leader and the scorer, the clutch
Malik
player.
Monk is doing his thing, bro.
Malik Monk doing his thing. Man, it's great to see the Sacramento Kings. So we have to give that shout out to the Sacramento Kings right now.
We got to.
I said at the beginning of the season, I'm not spending a dime on the Sacramento Kings. But if they make the playoffs
or the play-ins,
I will be in attendance.
How about the play-ins?
The play-ins. The play-ins, I might need to get free tickets. I might if somebody gives me some tickets, I'll go. The playoffs, I will actually spend money to go. That's what I'm gonna say. That's what I'm gonna say. They got to get into the actual playoffs for me to say.
I think I gotta go see one game before the playoffs.
Man, because this is exciting for the city of Sacramento. So we just had to touch on that real quickly before we get out of here. As I said, our next episode we are going to do. Follow us on Instagram. We'll let you know. It will definitely be within a couple of days, but we are going to actually do an NBA review, going through the NBA topics. We didn't really cover too much of NBA. We always are going to somehow get on those topics, maybe just a little bit Kyrie Irving or so like that, but we need to really run down these standings. We're about a quarter of the way into the season. Run down these standings, talk about the players, MVP candidates so far, All-Stars so far. People are even talking about De'Aaron Fox being an All-Star, man. And so we're gonna have to run down where we're at this point, 25% into the season.
We're gonna talk about the NBA and whatnot.
Yeah, and remember on that episode, you all will be able to call.
You'll be able to call in, bro. So follow us on Instagram. Follow us on Instagram.
Information's gonna be at
S&J Sports Talk. All right, S&J Sports Talk. Go follow us on all the other platforms, man. We're gonna be on here, man.
Yes.
And yeah, man.
And so really, we're gonna wrap it up with that. We thank y'all we appreciate y'all so much for rocking with us this first year, being with us these last few weeks when we've been out with COVID, when I've been out with COVID. And shout out to our college football analyst, Jeremiah. Y'all introduced to him again. And with that, S&J, baby. We out of here.